Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jeff at lockdownsecurity.ca, www.lockdownsecurity.ca, and today I'm bringing you a video on the Kenwood DMX4707S multimedia receiver with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, this guy would be technically considered the entry-level multimedia receiver from Kenwood. I believe last year they had the DDX376, which would have been their entry-level receiver, but I believe it's been discontinued for this year, so the DMX4707 carries over because it was out last year. I believe it was actually out in 2021 as well. So this carries over as the entry-level Apple CarPlay Android Auto receiver, which is an extremely competitive segment of the radio market. And I just wanted to make this video to show you exactly what you're getting for the entry-level price point. So what are you getting? You're getting a double-DIN, shallow-mount multimedia receiver that has wired Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto, AM/FM tuner, Bluetooth, USB, and a 4-channel amplifier, as well as the ability to have Sirius XM radio, as you can see on the demo screen. So it is utilizing capacitive touch screen, capacitive touch buttons. If I touch the screen here, you'll see the response time. I don't have a phone hooked up to it, so I can't launch CarPlay. I can't launch Android Auto. I will be actually upgrading my video shortly so that we can launch that technology, but right now we do not have that capability. If I hit the menu button, you'll see essentially the menus here. It's very similar to a standard Kenwood head unit, a little bit different. The operating system in it is a little bit different than the higher end Kenwood receivers, but it looks very similar. If I hit the X button and I go back, you'll see essentially it's just one screen versus the multi-screen of the other models. If I hit the gear icon, you'll see this is very similar to Kenwood users. You've got your setup menu, you've got your audio menu, which has got your speaker crossover, equalizer, position, fader balance, volume offset, sound effect. There is no Maestro capability with this, so you can't plug in an iData Link Maestro. And again, it has no hard buttons. These are all touch sensitive buttons. I'm not sure. No, you can't do a drag and drop. You have to hit the touch sensitive buttons. You do have a home button that'll take you to the home screen. Got a menu button there, and then you've got your voice control. I have to be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of touch buttons. I'm not a big fan of any touch button. I like a physical button. I find that there's no tactile feedback with these buttons. They work, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with them. But I just don't like the fact that there's no touch, because if you think about it, when you're driving, if it's dark, these are lit up buttons, but it's going to be a little bit difficult to see at night. And you know, you're paying attention to driving. You're not going to be paying attention to where you're putting your finger on the radio. And because there's no physical button, you have no idea whether you're doing volume down, menu, or any of the other options. Okay, so that's my first complaint about this radio. Sorry to say, Kenwood. I mean, the radio itself is a great piece of hardware, high quality, got a lot of features, and it's cool that it's shallow mount. As you'll see if I spin it around, shallow mount means the depth from the front of the screen to the rear. Let me show you the back here. Essentially, you've got your RCA pre-outs, your radio input, your parking brake and reverse input, your remote input, your USB. You've got your subwoofer output, and then your video ins and your RCA outs. It's using a Volkswagen style, older Volkswagen style type harness on the back. So if you had an older Volkswagen, it may actually be plug and play for you. And then I believe this is going to be your satellite radio input. Yeah, you can see there. And then I've got behind the radio, it comes with the cage, comes with a microphone, comes with your ISO mount screws, your keys to remove, trim ring, and then your owner's guide and warranty guide. Now, I have been making this week a number of head unit videos. The reason for that is because I wanted to get these videos up on our website. And the reason that I'm talking about the DMX4707 and giving my opinion is because, like I said, it's a very competitive space. So we're going to be essentially putting these videos up. So those of you who are looking to buy a radio at the price points that these are offered at can compare your options. So some of the options that we sell at the entry-level price point are Nakamichi, Pioneer, Kenwood, JVC, and Sony. And I have to be perfectly honest with you, the Sony, I think, wins out across all of them. But we'll explain that in the link below, where you can go to our website and you'll be able to view why we think the Sony wins out, even though it is the most expensive radio in the entry-level segment. Other than that, My thoughts. If you were looking for an entry-level receiver at a very good price and you don't need things like built-in steering wheel control, I mean, you can use this with a steering wheel control module, but it has no built-in controls. And if you just need a basic Apple CarPlay, Android Auto radio, and you really like the Kenwood user interface, this is a good choice. However, if you're a user that's looking for hard buttons, as I mentioned, if you don't like these touch buttons, I might suggest looking at some of the other models. The JVC version of this is very similar. I think what the difference is, the JVC may give you the gesture controls. I haven't ordered one in to test as of yet, but to be honest with you, it's very similar and has a similar menu setup to this. All in all, great value-oriented receiver. Not my favorite. That doesn't mean it doesn't have to be your favorite. Just my unbiased opinion of the DMX4707. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions, shoot them down below. You can reach us at sales@lockdownsecurity.ca or call us 1-866-824-4118. Please remember to like this video, and if you could, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It goes a long way to help us make more videos like this in the future. Again, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.